The smartest money on Wall Street is quietly exiting the biggest technology companies in the world right now, and they are doing it for a completely invisible reason. You might think the artificial intelligence revolution is just getting started, but an unprecedented financial phenomenon called the depreciation wave is about to wipe out billions in free cash flow. Companies are spending hundreds of billions of dollars on massive data centers and physical infrastructure to keep up with the computing arms race. Those massive expenses are about to hit their balance sheets all at once, creating a silent undertow that will drag down the valuations of several beloved companies. We are going to look at 5 specific hyped technology stocks that older retail investors are still buying, completely unaware that the underlying financial mechanics have fundamentally broken. If you hold any of these 5 household names in your portfolio, you might be funding the most expensive infrastructure build-out in human history without seeing a single dollar in return. Let us explore exactly which companies are caught in this trap. Chapter 1: Tesla and the Physical AI Illusion. The first company caught in this massive valuation trap is Tesla, a stock that many investors still treat like an invincible technology behemoth. Most of the current trillion-dollar market capitalization for this company relies entirely on the promise of physical artificial intelligence, specifically autonomous ride-hailing networks and household robotics. The problem is that the core business of selling electric vehicles has been steadily declining, with year-over-year sales dropping significantly in recent quarters. Retail investors are essentially paying an enormous premium for robotic products that do not yet have any meaningful or tangible sales results to justify the price tag. Competing in this new space requires astronomical capital expenditures, and the company is fighting against fierce international competition while relying heavily on consumer goodwill that has been noticeably waning. You are fundamentally buying a struggling car manufacturer at the price of a futuristic robotics monopoly. The underlying math simply no longer supports the enthusiasm, which brings us to another legacy company trying to buy its way back into relevance. Chapter 2: Intel and the Government Bailout Trap. Intel represents the second heavily hyped stock that is currently draining investor portfolios under the guise of a great historical turnaround story. A lot of older investors love this stock because they recognize the brand from decades of computing dominance, and recent government investments have created a very dangerous false sense of security. The United States government recently took a 10% stake in the company to help it catch up in the semiconductor race, causing the stock to artificially spike based on pure sentiment. However, government backing does not magically fix deep structural issues or guarantee a successful technological transformation. Intel has spent the last 5 years pouring immense amounts of capital into catching up with its rivals, only to see its stock drop significantly over that same period, while revenue growth grinds to an absolute halt. Relying on federal support is a massive red flag masquerading as a competitive advantage. Just because a company is too important to fail does not mean it is destined to grow. This exact same dynamic of trailing behind the market leader is destroying our third stock. Chapter 3: AMD and the Secondary Chip Syndrome. The third stock you need to seriously reconsider is Advanced Media Devices, commonly known as AMD, which recently saw its valuation plummet after delivering incredibly weak forward guidance. For the past 2 years, investors have poured money into this hardware provider with the assumption that they would naturally capture a massive slice of the processing market. The harsh reality of the current economic climate is that the technology sector is experiencing a severe rotation out of secondary artificial intelligence names. The market has realized that the infrastructure build-out is largely a winner-takes-all environment, and companies buying second-tier computing chips are starting to aggressively pull back on their orders. When a company misses the mark on future expectations in a market priced for absolute perfection, the resulting sell-off is usually violent and sustained. Buying into the second-best hardware provider during a period of intense financial scrutiny is an incredibly dangerous game for your savings. This hardware problem naturally bleeds into the software layer, creating a hidden crisis for our fourth company. Chapter 4: Snowflake and the Infrastructure Squeeze. Snowflake is the fourth stock that is silently suffocating under the weight of the new macroeconomic reality, representing a broader crisis in the enterprise software space. During the initial technology boom, investors assumed that data warehousing companies would print money forever because every corporation needed to store vast amounts of information for machine learning. What the market completely missed is the structural shift in credit markets and the rising cost of capital that makes these expensive software contracts much harder for corporate clients to justify. We are seeing growing stress in private credit tied directly to the software sector, forcing corporate clients to drastically cut back on their digital infrastructure spending. Snowflake is caught in a brutal squeeze between slowing enterprise demand and the sheer cost of maintaining their own technological leverage in a highly competitive environment. The days of limitless software growth are officially over, replaced by a ruthless environment where only companies generating immediate cash flow survive. This brings us to the final stock, which perfectly illustrates the danger of pure market hype. Chapter 5: Palantir and the Valuation Reality Check. The fifth and final stock that is completely disconnected from financial reality is Palantir, a company that has ridden the data narrative to truly dangerous valuation levels. Palantir provides analytics software to governments and large corporations, and their stocks surged incredibly high on the promise that they were the ultimate software play for the modern computing era. Just like the other companies we have discussed, they recently started sliding significantly during the broader technology sell-off because their actual revenue growth simply cannot support their massive price-to-earnings ratio. When interest rates remain structurally higher for longer periods of time, future profits become much less valuable today, causing investors to severely punish companies priced for infinite expansion. The business itself might be perfectly fine, but a great company can still be a terrible investment if you pay far too much for it. We are seeing a fundamental repricing of what software is actually worth when the cost of borrowing money is no longer zero. All 5 of these companies are victims of the exact same underlying macroeconomic earthquake. Chapter 6: The Hidden Cost of the Revolution. The thread connecting all 5 of these overvalued stocks is a fundamental misunderstanding of how capital expenditure destroys short-term shareholder value. The biggest technology firms are currently committing nearly $200 billion to build the data centers required to keep this technological revolution moving forward. That massive spending triggers a massive accounting mechanism called depreciation, which compresses profit margins and completely eviscerates free cash flow for years at a time. While retail investors are busy chasing exciting narratives about robots and advanced algorithms, institutional investors are looking at the looming depreciation wave and quietly taking their profits off the table. When the cost of building the future becomes this astronomically high, the companies supplying the basic infrastructure are the only ones guaranteed to make money. We are watching the end of the software growth era and the beginning of a harsh new reality centered entirely around physical infrastructure and energy. This massive transition leaves us with one incredibly important question about where you should actually put your money. Chapter 7: Where the smart money is going. Instead of buying overvalued technology companies caught in the depreciation wave, the smartest capital in the world is rotating into the overlooked assets that actually power this revolution. Wealthy investors are quietly shifting their funds into energy infrastructure, basic materials, and industrial companies that provide the basic electricity required to keep massive data centers running. The current boom is no longer a software story, it's fundamentally an energy consumption story. By moving away from the crowded technology sector and looking at the unglamorous companies that generate power and build physical infrastructure, you can find businesses trading at incredibly reasonable valuations with strong cash flows. The next decade of wealth generation will not come from buying household technology names at premium prices, but from investing in the foundational building blocks that those technology giants desperately need to survive. Thank you so much for exploring this fascinating financial shift with me today, and I highly encourage you to look closely at your own portfolio to ensure you are properly positioned for this new reality.